Okay, so we're diving into some seriously futuristic stuff today. We're talking Tesla, self-driving cars, the whole shebang. But not just like, oh, it can parallel park itself. We're talking robotaxis, people.
Yeah, full-on AI, doing the driving, picking up passengers, the works.
Exactly. Like Elon Musk is out there saying this is right around the corner. And we've got some sources, articles, and reports digging into whether that's hype or if the future is closer than we think.
Yeah, because this isn't just some tech demo. We're talking about a total transformation
Yeah.
of how we get around, right? Cities, suburbs, the whole nine yards. Yeah.
Absolutely. So to kick things off, this full self-driving thing Tesla's been working on, what's the current status? Is it really as close as they claim?
Well, that's where things get interesting. So Tesla's been pushing out these software updates, calling it FSD beta, right?
Mm.
And some pretty wild videos have come out. Tesla's navigating crazy traffic, making turns, the whole deal.
Which sounds promising, right? Like
Right.
they're actually letting people use this, even if it's in beta.
Right, but here's the catch. Tesla's version of full self-driving is different from what a lot of other companies are doing. They're aiming for what's called level 4 autonomy, which basically means the car is making all the decisions in most situations.
Okay, so no hands on the wheel, eyes glued to your phone kind of thing.
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where the regulatory hurdles come in. Because right now, most places are not okay with cars just driving themselves around willy-nilly.
Right. There's that whole safety thing to consider.
Exactly. And different countries, different states even, have totally different rules about what's allowed when it comes to autonomous vehicles.
So even if Tesla's Tech IS ready for prime time, the law might say hold your horses.
Pretty much. Like some places are okay with limited testing, maybe in designated areas with a human safety driver behind the wheel just in case.
Which makes sense, right? Baby steps before you let the AI take the wheel on a busy freeway.
Exactly. But that seems to be where Tesla and regulators are kind of butting heads. Because Tesla's whole philosophy is to gather tons of real-world data with their cameras and AI, have the system learn from all those miles driven.
Right, which makes sense for improving the system, but maybe not so much for calming the nerves of, well, everyone else on the road.
Exactly. And this is where the tech gets really interesting. So Tesla is super reliant on cameras and their neural networks, their AI,
Uh-huh.
to make sense of the world, right? They're not big on using LiDAR, which is
Yeah.
this laser-based system that creates a super detailed 3D map of the environment.
Right, I've heard about LiDAR. It's supposed to be incredibly accurate, but crazy expensive, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of Tesla's argument against it. They say cameras are good enough, especially as their AI gets smarter, and cameras are cheaper to produce, easier to integrate into a car's design.
So it's a gamble. Bet on the AI improving quickly enough, or stick with the more reliable but pricier tech.
Exactly. And that's the million-dollar question, because even if Tesla can convince regulators that their tech is safe, there's a whole other side to this robotaxi thing.
Like what? Besides the fact that it sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
Think about the impact this would have. If robotaxis become the norm, you're talking about a massive shift in the job market, right? Taxi drivers, truck drivers, potentially even delivery drivers.
Right, because if a robot can drive your car, it can probably drive a delivery van too. So there are economic implications to consider as well.
Absolutely. And think about cities. If you don't need humans to park cars anymore, do you even need parking garages or street parking? Suddenly, cities could be designed differently.
That's wild. Okay, so this isn't just about whether Tesla can make the tech work. It's about what happens if they do.
Exactly. And that's something I haven't seen a lot of people talking about.
Yeah.
What kind of support systems need to be in place for people whose livelihoods depend on driving?
Sure.
How do cities manage this transition?
It's a whole can of worms that goes way beyond the cool factor of a car driving itself.
Right. And it's something we all need to start thinking about now.
Yeah.
Because whether it's 5 years or 15, this technology is coming.
Wow. Okay, so there you have it. Tesla's robotaxi ambitions. It's not just about the tech, it's about the potential upheaval it could bring.